So, welcome back to another Plática de mi arte, cabrón. Um, Bienvenidos, welcome. Welcome to another day, another December, another day, otro día, ¿qué más? Espero que estén bien. Hopefully you guys are doing alright. Um, there's a lot of potential right now in the air right now. There's a lot of good ideas going on right now. There's a lot of good things going on right now. A lot of good plans for futuristic holidays or events, and thinking about certain projects from the future just makes other ideas like explode faster, I'm drinking a little coffee to get that nerves going, so I could like. By the way, we're gonna train on doing some squats while I'm standing up, so make sure you get that thunder thigh going. I'm not kidding. But if you're looking to get like thunder thighs and be like grinding them shits together while you walk, go ahead, do some thunder thighs, man. You gotta stand up. So, welcome back. Go grab yourself a coffee. Get your joint ready. Get your bowl ready. Your beer ready. Whatever you gotta do. Get your galon de agua ready for sure. I have mine right here, and I'm gonna finish it. I'm like halfway, so I'm gonna finish it after I'm done. So I got some salsa in the background. I already finished eating. I'm ready. Just be on the mic. So I gotta introduce to you guys a new section. New section of the Miarte. You know, um, we are gonna have a special guest or guest. For now, it's gonna be anonymous until we figure it out if they want their names to be exposed, and it's gonna be fun. Si son chamaquillos que están escuchando con sus papás, ese es el tiempo de quitarse las manos de los oídos y pueden escuchar this section. We're gonna have like a certain poetry, certain a small like a reading story section for people who want to be involved in that in literature, in poetry. So we're gonna have like a pre-recorded or recorded audio of poetry, of poemas and stuff like that. So I did not make these poems, so all credit goes to the person that reads them. If you want to question them, that's them. I'm just trying to sort of bring like a community together, which perhaps it might happen in the future. Pero quién sabe, maybe someday we are gonna end up kicking it, and we're gonna end up talking, and I could attach like a couple of mics on that helicopter, and we could be standing face to face, and and be able to talk about it, and vibe, and have a good time during quarantine. Not trying to have it not overpopularized, but overcrowded. But we are gonna hit a commercial in a bit, so. I think that's one of the reasons why I should get YouTube Prime, just for these commercials to go out. But we're excited. So I'm not sure at what time of the minute or the hour or we're gonna drop the recording of the poem. If you're a fast pacer, if you're like just waiting for the poem to come up, it's gonna be towards like the last 10 minutes of the recording. So if you want to go ahead and skip it, do your thing, boom, go to the poem and just listen out. It's nice. I heard it like once and I liked it. It's like that's what I need for this recording, or just for fun. It's nothing like really serious. Pero we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and leave it to the best. Like the best things start last, sorta. Los que se aguantan, the people who let other people go in line first, are the ones who are gonna be more appreciative of like other shit. They're gonna, since they're enjoying the wait time, they're gonna be obviously having a good thrill. Just like the other day I went to King Taco, and I'm saying this because I was there. A lady checked the line, almost walked inside to see if the lines were big. I beat her place, but it's like I'm not gonna be complaining about someone being in my line when it's like a doña. She's excited, to get her tacos, her sope. She's making cuenta. She's doing all this. She's looking at her text message to see if her hijo sent her a message of a burrito with no, vegetables or beans or rice. It's like when you go standing in line, you're gonna see that people have their list on their phones, so that's pretty cool. I'm there, I already knew what I want, what I was gonna purchase. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm there. Mental math shit. It's like, oh, obviously a burrito, one with no meat, dry meat for sure. All that goody. It's nice to see some coworkers there that are nice to you. That they remember you. For that is like you never gave up working there, sorta. Right? Although I did quit my job, and it was for the best reason. Excuse me. Cheers. Let me finish this coffee. We do have some salsa in the background. I want to vibe to something like joyful, right? Algo con alegría, And back to King Taco. I quit my job to go to visit a sibling, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, I shouldn't not do that, but if I would have stayed there, I would have quit my job just recently during the quarantine, because the main heads are there, sort of. The people who's been there the longest stayed there. So, and now that I see, it's not many people there, man. It's like, yeah, we got that manager, the bitch ass manager, whatever. It don't matter. King Taco's King Taco. They hooked me up with food, some checks over. It was nice. I liked it. You get to work with cool people for sure that are chill. That they're not from Mexico. They're not all Mexican. And this lady always cleans the tables. Always say hello to her. We have to kind of stare down each other for a bit. It's like, oh, oh, mijo. She treats me like that. Oh, tia. I'm not shy to say, hola, tia. I'm gonna say hola, tia if I see her once again. It's like, I'm gonna make these fools feel uncomfortable. Like, hola, tia. I do look like a pothead, but I said hola. I'm not here just waiting and trying to I'm vibing. I put my Non Palidece Spotify playlist, hacked playlist. I'm not buying that shit, but some Non Palidece. I was feeling joyful. Every time I'm there, I'm joyful. You see the old folks. You see, what's his name? Oh, I forgot his name. But I will remember his name. He's pretty cool. Let me just remind myself for a bit. Don. I don't know. He's been there for a while, for a long ass time. Now, she handed me the whole thing about the store that she gave me what's it called? A King Taco calendar. A dope print of four tacos al pastor, and I'm ready to post that in my room. It's a good reminder. It's like, she's nice. It's a good reminder of how nice people are when you work with them, how much they will show you, how much they wish for you to have a good life, to be a positive person, and just people who love you like that. Who people who are just similar to your mom in the good ways. Who want you to be happy, who want you to have everything in the world, someone that worries about you. If that person's not there, well, I could only describe it such in that way. Nothing personal, right? Nada personal. But these commercials are getting up the ass. So basically, like I was saying, I forgot where I was going with this story about King Taco, but oh yeah, so the best thing goes for last. This lady cut in front of me. She not cut in front of me, but she was looking for how long the line was, and I'm like, yeah, take my spot. You were here first. You got here at the restaurant first. Go ahead. I'm not gonna complain about nothing like that. But there are people who are fodongos who or fodongas who don't shower, and it's like, you're gonna go there with your PJs. Nope, bro. It's like, you get behind me. I took the time to shower and do all this shit. Now this doña was nice, well, obviously with her partner. And I'm like, yeah, take your spot. You know, I'm just here vibing. I'm listening to I was listening to Fidel Nadal also, and I was just there listening to the whole album. I sat down, still listening to him. They had me what's it called, a calendar for the year of 2021, and I'm like, oh, sick. You know, that's cool. Hopefully, there's like a whole portrait of the whole team. You know, if it turned out to be that that way, but nah. So I have like this calendar of King Taco with like four fucking huge tacos. You know, HD, all high definition. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty nice. You know. But like I was saying, the best thing goes last. So I'm gonna head over to other topics of my day. What's futuristic plans, projects? Of what's going on? How I been? What's the right thing to do? What is it that I feel towards certain things? You know. But like I said, we're gonna hold on to the poems in the very last, and hopefully just find a good slot for like poetry and short stories, right? Just a heads up, you know, all these poems are not made like, they're just made like raw, you know, they're just like demos. They're just demos. They're just like como salieron, así salieron. You know, the vibe was there with alegría, with happiness, with whatever, and that's how it, you know, started and ended. So that's pretty cool. So I'm pretty like excited to announce, and hopefully this gets somewhere nice. You know, maybe not from us or from Arte Locura, but hopefully it helps someone else to say, oh, yo, I like your voice, caiga, you know, caiga to this show, you know, or caiga to this like station, and they end up becoming like this radio talk show host of I don't know, man. It's like you're having drinks for other people, you know. And yeah, you never know where potential goes. It's like small poem goes, man. Maybe it helps someone else to say, you know, I want to do the same shit, you know, but I'm gonna call it different, and that's all good, you know. But I'm digging this salsa for sure. So it's December 15, 2020. I've been alright. I've been good. Work was nice. What else can I brag about work? Customers are nice. I saw the racist, what's it called? The racist Pete again. The racist Pete from the restaurant, always there drinking beer, always clashing, but always getting along. You know, he's cool. You know, he's alright. You know, he's like whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's like, as long as he's alright and still living, it's all good. You know. This morning was nice. I woke up like around 7. Woke up early. Skip breakfast. Like I always, go grab a gallon of water at the CVS. Say hello to whoever says hello, and show them that you're positive. You know, that you're still hanging on. Not because it's like birthday month. You know, it should be like that almost every day. You know, Sade. Every day is Christmas, and every night is New Year's Eve. And the birthday, you know. But I'm excited for December 17th, man. I have to appreciate my last 27th, you know, hours. Thank you. If you didn't notice, if you never knew that my birthday's coming up, or I celebrate birthdays at all, well, man, we all celebrate our birthdays here. But it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so everything's all good, man. It's like, what else can I talk about? You know, let me pound some water. Bros, I've been seeing so many skate videos. Cheers for that water. I've been looking at so many skating videos, and people are just like insanely crazy good. You know, it's like, obviously, like in every interview that you hear, they're breaking those fucking barriers of like making some new tricks. And it's like they're getting so creative. It's like, dang, it's fucking weird. But there's like other videos to talk more about that, you know. But I wanted to say that for a bit and see where it gets me. I mean, I'm not that much of a pro skater, but I ride it. You know, it's like, it's not easy. I do I do want to get myself into biking for transportation reasons, for thunder thigh reasons. You know, it's always nice to have some big old thighs and shit. You know, it feels nice. But there's gonna be many bathroom breaks, so that's why drinking water is nice. You know, if that YouTube commercials don't stop, I am gonna end up purchasing YouTube Prime and say fuck my Netflix account, fuck my Hulu account, fuck my Disney Plus account, fuck my what other types of account we got? Prime, Amazon, whatever. You know, it's like, and you get like four people to join in, so it's like let's do this. You know, let's pitch in for this YouTube Premium, man. I hate fucking pressing on skip on commercials, man. I hate that shit. It's really distracting, man. It's like this fucking division of classes in virtual world, you know. Obviously, the rich person is always gonna buy it, you know, because they got the money. But since we're not up there yet, we're deciding whether to get it, not to get it. I mean, we're making some income and shit like that, you know. Not as like some figures, but you know, it's nice to say, you know what, man. YouTube with no ads is kind of fucking dope. You know, it was dope when it started, you know, and now it's like annoying with ads, man. It's like I don't want to look at some Bud Light commercials. I don't want to look at the new recent Dre equipment, the new Apple Air, whatever, you know, the new electronics, the new what is it? What else did they commercialize there? I don't want to look at that. You know, I don't want to have like a whole mix of good caifanes, you know, good caifanes mix of music, and then oh, si quieres chingate una chela. I mean, maybe later, pero I don't want to look at the whole 15 minutes. I want to skip it right away. And I'm one of those people where it's like, if you just leave it play, like the whole commercial, I don't want to wait the whole 2 minutes for that commercial. You know, that's like fucking stupid. I'm not gonna be there like, all right, because I'm lazy, I don't want to get up and click skip, you know. And you know, and there's days where it's like, you know what, I'm not gonna get up, dude. I feel too lazy. You know, I'm being a couch potato, man. I'd rather just stay on those 2 minutes of the whole commercial ad and just hear it out, you know. But not because I want to, because like, bro, it's like, you know, they're just figuring a way out for us to get up and change that shit, you know. But you know, everything's all good though. Nothing really too funny, you know. I made actually like a small meditation or shoot earlier before I kind of like started recording this audio. I posted some short videos of me listening to Luciano Pavarotti all the time, and you know, it's just really calming, relaxing to hear Luciano, man. It's like in this Arte Locura world, we appreciate Luciano, you know, Pavarotti big time. We appreciate Bruce Lee for sure. There's gonna be some other ones where it's like, you know, we're not fully constructed yet, but I'm for sure there's gonna be some like some females around there that are like still yet iconic to figure it out, or like underground females, you know what I'm saying? But you know, there's so many stories out there, you know. It's like it would be dope to be interviewing people, but at its most natural state where we can like possibly vibe on and just talk without even noticing that we got mics. You know what I'm saying? Just make it seem like we're just kicking it normally, sort of, and like to set aside the nervousness or the, you know, those type of nerves around. And that's the thing, man. It's like, well, maybe hopefully in the future we get somebody here. We'll hook up some more mics on the helicopter, on the fan helicopter ceiling, and make it look like we're actually in a small studio, you know, because like when you're in a studio, all the focus is inside the mic, sort of, right? But I don't want to be sitting down either. That's some other type of comfortable shit, you know. But yo, I'm excited. You know, I'm excited to get someone here and who's gonna be like, oh man, I remember my dates and this and that. It's like, yo, this and that. We kicked it, blah blah blah. How are you? And it's like, oh, we're doing great, blah blah blah. So I'm ready for those type of like dope conversations of how like, damn, bro, it's been a long time, and sort of, but what's hold on for the future? You know, like, are you set up? Are you like, I don't know. It's like, just random talk, just random content. Just having someone new here would be dope. And just having that recording of poems, like I mentioned, I'm gonna go back to it. I'm excited. I already have like two recordings of poems they voluntarily made, bro. Well, I talked about this idea. I made some like audiobooks on YouTube. Not the best ones, obviously. I crack up myself all the time, but it's fun to have someone else to read it. It's like, damn, bro, it's not me. You know what I'm saying? It's like that spirit that wants to do the same thing. It's someone else who's trying to like do the same thing. Just trying to have this. I don't know, man. I feel like it's gonna build an audience. I really feel so. I feel so. I know so. I believe in it. If I believe in it, it's because it's something good for sure. It's because all the negative thoughts and negative things that are gonna get in the way, they don't exist. So it's like I'm all for it. I'm all good for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm here to talk about what motivates me almost every time. Almost every fucking time. Besides the skull and all my paintings, man, it's like this is something more basic and simple. So let me go ahead, take a leak. I'll be back, man, and I gotta take a leak. So be back. Yeah, like I was saying, like if your ideas for like good shit, it's not like even taking a risk anymore when you know it's something nice. But sometimes it's hard to get it started. Sometimes we don't know what it might hold in the future. For what good it will be. It might be like a sacrifice, but sometimes you don't even see it like a sacrifice when you're doing like so good, so many good things. It's just like it's just worth a try. It's worth trying it. Like I said, you never know who's gonna listen to it. You never know who's gonna see it. You never know when someone's gonna walk in and say, "Oh, bro, I like it. Oh, bro, I want to promote it. Oh, bro, I want to wear it. Oh, bro, I want one." Oh man, it's like so. Like I was saying, what the fuck was I was saying, man? I forgot what I was saying, man. What else? I don't know, just vibing to the salsa. Let me drink some water. Oh, water is good. Let me tell you that. Water is good, man. It's gonna give you so many bathroom breaks. It cuts off on your limits on what you're doing when you're focused on. And I was, for a while, I would like have like an hour session of video gaming, and when drinking this galon, it's like, bro, I'll be back. I'll be back for like this commercial. Fuck, man, it just gave me pissed. I don't want to hear about that shit. So, a gallon of water, man, will make you take like at least, man. I don't know, man. It's like you want to like take breaks from what you're doing, sort of. You want to catch yourself doing shit. It's like you might be watching TV. It's like, bro, I'll be right back. Pause it. So you have moments. You have moments like that. Why would they fucking pause it on you? You lagger. You know what I'm saying? You're lagging it for us. But it's something nice, man. You have to take some bathroom breaks to realize what you're doing and say, bro, you man duties, sister duties and shit like that, right? I had a customer today, man. I had a customer today that walked in, and she was like, "Yo, can I use your bathroom?" And she was grabbing her deck and shit. But she was a girl, but she was like desperate for the bathroom, like for the bathroom. And I'm like, yeah, bro. It's like I had to go over there and unlock it for her. And it's like, oh, how dope would it be if she was carrying like baby wipes, in my mind. And I'm like, that's the thing, that's kind of no homo, but that's my thing, carrying baby wipes and shit like that. You never know when your friends are gonna need it. So, or that kind of shit. That's just fucking funny. But anyway. No, you're just overthinking the wrong shit sometimes, where it's like, oh man, she's gonna have a crusty ass when she walks out of here. But I'm not talking shit. It's just some crazy random bubble out there. bubble thinking shit, overthinking crap. But I don't even know if there's gonna be comedy here. You know, I'm not even sure we're gonna be joking about stuff. But life is sort of like your journey, your story, your adventure, whatever you have to talk about is sort of like comedy, right? I think. But you know, everybody has funny things, and there's different types of categories of funny shit. You know, we're trying to be as clean as we can, you know. But when we know we're like joking around shit, you know, cuando estamos bromeando, cuando estamos bromeando en mi arte, we're gonna be like, oh, puro cotorreo, sorta. You know, before we get into the hopping. But it's like, who knows, man? Maybe the structure's all different. That's the whole locura. I don't even know, man. I don't even know myself. But what else is there to cover today? I think I did a good job today at work. You know, my vibe was there. I didn't eat anything for breakfast. Oh, bro, the people from Yum Yum Donuts right here on Slauson, they're really nice, man. They got their Hummers and shit. Dang, fire ass Hummers. You know, I think those are the first people who had like these Hummers H2O Jeeps, whatever. I think I'm drinking too much water. Pero I think they like influenced the whole PR area, you know, with Jeeps and shit. No one had Jeeps over here. You saw one, they're popping up like Diglets, you know, they're everywhere now. And Zubats. Pero they're really nice, man. It's like they're really nice. They're trying to get me to get at the coffee lady, a brand new one, and I'm like, nah. It's like they even said to try out the coffee if I like it that way. And he turned around and was like, oh, le sabió bien. You know, like, what the fuck? Like, just stupid random shit where it's like, oh, bro, you're probably high on your own coffee, you know? But there's times, man, where, like, today, this morning, as in December 15, 2020, like, around 7:30, because I was early for work for, like, 2 hours. And this cop's right there, like, you know, being, like, this rudo, like, if he's at home, you know, everybody respects this sauce, you know. And I'm like, oh yeah, buenos dias. And I'm straightforward to my shit. It's like, I want my coffee, this and this. Vainilla, like you know, when you're there, what you want, man, you're gonna say like, you got no pena, you got nothing going on and nothing to hide, right? So I'm there with my mediano cafe, or you know, I don't want to be like I'm a bitch. Me have a small one, right? With vainilla and shit, with like, and that powdered donut, lo que caiga, no? Nah, but it was like I gotta be realistic. It was like a small coffee with like vainilla milk. And this sugar donut. I'm like, that's what I want, and I know it's gonna taste good because I tried it before, and bam, I'm out. You know, I'm here for what I'm here. Ya me voy. I'm not here to be staring these foods down, because you know, there's a lot of people who like to giving each other the stare down, like, oh shit, you look more nervous. Oh, bro, you look more nervous than I do. And you're like, I don't give a fuck. I'm there. Well, with that mentality, but you don't express that, you know? So I'm there with what I want, what I got, and I just moved, tipped $1 for it, you know? So that was that. That was in the morning, and I had a good day. You know, it's like, but man, I have to be the voice for, well, you know, man, I have this like way of thinking, this theory, these, you know, man, it's like, if they see you and you're just there for the coffee, and you're not there like, oh, this officer's gonna treat me like a dick, you know, he's gonna be on my sack, you know. When you're always waking up early, like if you're an early bird and you get coffee and he sees you getting coffee, and you're there with a good attitude because you're dressed well, and you know, because you're focused on what you're gonna go be doing today, which was, well, for me it was work, making pizzas. What else? You know, what else? What other thing do I have to do besides that, right? They sort of look out for you, you know. They sort of you're sort of get on their radar, sort of, right? You're sort of there, and they see you. It's like, oh, bro, you're not just here. Like, what's going on? You know, what's actually going on? They want to get to that grain, and when you know that's nothing bad going on, I'm not saying they're all bad. They're all good, you know. Pero it's like you trip them out. That's the you shock them. You know, you it's like they see your they kid you, right? They want to make you feel like you're uncomfortable around cops and shit, right? But it's funny, cause like I'm saying, man, all these things happen sometimes. Like events like that happen. Let me put another example. You know, they just get shocked by your age, but what you do, the way you talk. You know, last time I was at the shopping center buying a sweater, and this old folk was in front of me, talking to the cashier, and I'm obviously with my skating clothing and all that, right? And I'm not even sure if I talked about this before, but it's worth bringing it up once more. Where he sees you, and it's like, and I'm like, no, take your time. You know, it's like just like ways where it's like, I'm not in a hurry. You know, just when you know, it's just like when you're a skater, sort of, when you're sort of a skater, you know, and you have this weird ass like respect for people, sort of, you know. They flip out because it's like, oh, all they see is like rude skaters versus security cops, you know. There's all these other skaters who are, they don't care about all that, sort of, right? And there's like a certain section of skaters who are like fucking respectful as fuck. They're really respectful. Y lo hacen de una buena manera, you know. They do it with a good alegría. And that happened with this cop today in the morning. You know, he saw me. And I'm like, well, buenos dias, you know. I said good morning, and then I said buenos dias, you know, cause no pal in the face, you know. Nothing against my own race or nothing like that, but it's like, okay, he had a little tan, you know what I'm saying? He had a little tan going. And like I'm saying, I'm gonna describe you to this fucking cop. He was like on his elbow on top of the donut section, on the corner section, so you could have like the full view of how the whole situation atmosphere is like inside that coffee shop, donut shop, yum yum donut shop, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, bro, just do your thing, you know. He moves out from there, and he wants me to get nervous as fuck, you know. He wants me to be like, ugh, you know. He wants me to be like a fucking skater kid, you know. He wants me to have that feeling of I'm against cops, you know. But it wasn't like that at all. It wasn't like that at all. That was dope, you know. And it's like suck these nuts when I'm walking out already, sort of, you know. It's like I'm cold, but I'm like sharing the nuts toward them. But it's nothing bad, nothing heavy, you know. I think he opened the door for me or something like that. But he was by the door, but I told him, you know, have a good day, you know. And he said like likewise. What else can he do, you know? You know where you're going for the reason that you're going to go get it for, and you're gonna be like, dang man, it's better to be going somewhere with knowing what to do, and not to do you know, if you're gonna go buy a sweater, don't be buying some pears, you know. Don't be buying some you know, you'll be like walking inside a store for sure, man. You're gonna be walking inside a store and you're there to buy some shoes, but you end up with like a bag or other shit, you know. It's like you kind of lose yourself, but when you're focused to buy a bag, you're just there to get the bag, and you do that constantly, you'll find this like fucking power, this potion of love of yourself, of like saying, damn bro, it's like you could have bought all this other shit, but you're there to buy what you got. Yeah. Excuse me. I get that shit with hats, and it's like, oh, that hat looks dope. You know, it looks dope, but I'll end up buying like 2 hats, you know. Or when I mentioned, oh, you don't have a hat section, because I was there for a sweater and a hat, and I end up buying more shit, you know. But it's weird. It's natural habits, natural. I'm guessing this is all like self-analyzed or like analyzed by people or scientists, sort of, you know. Pero quién sabe. And what else happened today, man? You know, so I'm walking with my coffee towards work, man. It's early. It's like an hour and 40 minutes early. So I'm there chilling, looking at the clouds. No formational clouds, some whack ass clouds and shit. I'm sitting on the bench and I'm thinking about the time there was like fucking cockroach in someone's salad. They returned it and I'm like, oh, bro, I don't want to feel like. And it's funny because it was like the next door business. And I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, I'm not ready for that. You know, I'm not ready to see the same people. You know, I'm like, fuck, no. But it was hilarious. It's one of those things where like, oh shit, I could probably lose my job. You know, I could probably be like in quarantine and have a shitless life, or not shitless life, but I could have this miserable type of life and say, oh man, I gotta go get another job. You know. But that's what happened. You know, the whole scenario, the whole thing that happened was like they buy like these Bambi types of specials during our restaurant, and they're there and they're like what, $5.99 plus tax, whatever. They buy this Bambino 2 toppings with like, what is it, a small salad, and I'm there working with this jerk. You know, this guy doesn't do shit. Takes like an hour and a half for deliveries. And I'm like, whatever, you know, I'm not like gonna pay attention to what I'm doing because his influence is gonna be making me feel shitty, you know. And you know, there has to be someone who is just like me who I would be happy to be working with, right? So I'm there with this shitty ass guy who doesn't do shit, who is like, nah, he's been there for like a month already. And I'm amazed at these fuckers who run that shit. Don't teach them shit, you know? And it's like, do you want me to be teaching them? It's like, fuck, man. Let me teach myself, not give a fuck, you know? And I'm like, it's fucking hard, bro. It's hard to like be mean, sort of, you know? It's hard to be saying fuck you, sort of, or have that fuck you attitude when you're always brought up with love and shit, you know? But I'm getting sort of a clue on how to be mean and not giving a fuck, you know? You know, I could see some. Oh man, I'm ready. You know, I'm sort of ready. I'm building up some. You know, learning the tactics of how to be mean. You know, charging me this like sandwich and then not paying it eventually, sort of. But man, it's like that's what it's like being a dork sometimes. You know. Fuck, man, fuck being a dork, but it's all right. It's all good. You know, fucking coffee's talking too much, man. Damn, what else, bro? What else is there to be talking about? If you're a gamer, if you play video games, you know, they made this game called Cyberpunk. I haven't played it yet. It kind of seems like Grand Theft Auto Vice City or Grand Theft Auto in general. Oh man, it's like, it would be fun to get it, but at the same time, nah, you know. So I bought like Halo 5 and Doom 1 for like 30 price together. That's a good price for 2 games, you know. So it was on special too. So I got a deal for Doom for $5.99. That was worth it, you know. I still haven't passed it yet. It's really cool, and it's visually creative too, like demon-like. So if I end up painting like a demon in my room for a canvas or for a flag, you know, there might be a small spark of inspiration. You know, it's gonna give me a reason to be painting some weird monsters that I'm so used to of. I have all these other good ideas too. You know, that's one of the reasons why I like video games, where it's like you see these monsters, you study them. You just don't play video games to waste time sometimes, you know. It's like you play video games so you can study texture, colors, shades, guns, landscapes, monsters, perspectives, pixels. Pixels. You study all this shit. Yo, I'm buying YouTube Prime after this video. You know, it's like, fuck the AirPods. Let me just get like a full year of YouTube Prime, you know? But yeah, I study all that shit. It's like how I study cartoons. I think I mentioned it before. I study cartoons, the colors, the textures, the movements. I did try animation. I did one. like a short minute video. It was nice. I liked it. I loved it, and that's what I love to imagine myself making a cartoon, sort of. You know, it's not easy. It takes a lot of time, a lot of time. But there's gonna be like easier and easier methods. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the whole catch. If you're like working it in the smart way and in the easiest way, everything's gonna be faster. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's always like you know, it's like they're setting up all the tools for it, you know. But it's like because you're approaching it from a different angle, a different perspective, different side, you know a little bit more about it, sort of. You know. You know how you can make a rising sun by just painting the sun, making like a circle on your computer, add another layer, a horizontal color from the bottom to the mid side to bottom, and just like move it along, you know. And you know, it's just finding that tricky way of getting into that shit. You know, it's like finding your method into animation. But obviously, like animation got its rules. Each program got its rules. All these movements, all these frames, man. You have to know all this language. If I say all this language, but if I say it differently, like, oh, this language is awesome, dude. You know, it's radical, man. It's amazing, man. And that's the spirit, you know. That's where you gotta be at, you know, for yourself. Do it for yourself, and just be like, "Cool, dude." You know, the whole. I think my goal sometimes is just to make myself laugh, bro. Carnal, like for reals. It's like I'll be looking in the mirror and I'm like, "What's one of the funniest faces no one would ever see from me?" You know, and I do it for myself in the mirror, not on my phone. You know. And I just do it for myself, and I make myself laugh, man. It's crazy. Well, literally crazy, you know, psychopathic type of shit. We're all sort of like that, sort of, almost, but we're not, you know. It is weird that that I do shit like that. It is kind of like weird if I do it on the Instagram. You know, I just saw this video from Anthony Hopkins. And he's doing all these weird ass faces. Anthony Hopkins. He made some of the movies that I like. A couple movies. I think he came out in The Red Dragon, The Silence of the Lambs. I think he came out in that one. Hannibal Lecter. Heart in Atlantis. He came out another good movie, but I forgot, you know. And he's like 80 making funny faces, and I'm like, dang, bro. It's like, that's fucking dope. If he would have been like making those funny faces when he was younger, sort of younger, while he was still in the theater scene, that would have been dope. I would have looked up to that really quickly. You know, never give someone who could be funny a phone, because he's gonna be funny all day every day for himself, and then someone's gonna see it through that way and say, oh, bro, it's like, are you kidding? I'm like, no, man. It's like, if you're funny with a cell phone, you'll be funny for yourself and you'll be happy, you know. But let me go ahead, skip this ad again. And it amazes me where it's like Anthony Hopkins looks like he's fucking happy, you know. He could be happy without without all of his material shit, and you know, and it's like great. It's great that he's like that. Excuse me. And yeah, and that's cool. You know, that's nice. That's great. That's beautiful. You know, it's like he's still doing him. You know, it's like, you know, man. It's like us. You know, it's like you. It's like everybody around here in this world. You know, maybe they're not always having a bad trauma, childhood, things like that. You know. But if I had to put it this way, the majority who grew up with parents, and then you're like funny, making faces, weird noises and shit. If you're like that as an adult today, you'll be called weird. You know, you'll be called fucking crazy. You'll be called like idiot, dumb. You know. But it's like when you do things that you love to do, like paint, and you make yourself happy before you actually show other people how you are, and they say, "Oh, you look weird," you know, "Oh, you look stupid," you know. I'm not saying like back to back to the to person, but you know, man, it just helps. It just helps to say, "Oh, I'm not scared to be called dumb," you know, or you're making funny faces, or where you fuck up by tripping over, you know. I'm in the skateboard and I trip over like these pebbles, rocks all the time, and I'm like kind of like off my board because sometimes I do get like that small heart attack where it's like, oh fuck, it's like, but I'm shaking it off, like, and I'm pounding my chest and showing like myself like, oh shit, that heart attack, and someone's gonna say, oh my god, he almost, oh, you know, of course it's like they don't know how that type of heart attacks are, but it's not over dramatic, you know, just adding some more emotion to that heart part, sort of, I guess. But there's so many times that I trip over on the skateboard where it's like, oh shit, and then I kind of catch myself like if I'm jogging, sort of, you know, because that's how skating fast is, you know. It's like you're in this fast momentum that when you're off the board, fucking Einstein, you know, the law of relativity, well, I can't even pronounce it, you know. The law of relativity, I have pronounced it so weird, but you're in this motion and you stop, so it's like your whole body's with that motion, and that pebble just breaks that, you know. So I'm there like catching myself, and I stop and I kind of like jogging it out, like standing jogging, you know, just moving my feet, like, and then I turn around, pick up my board, start again. But it happened so much. I have fell over and, you know, made like a barrel roll and shit like that, and those times are funny as fuck, you know. I even laugh because I imagine myself doing a dope ninja barrel roll when I fall, you know. And I say dope because when you're lucky enough to catch yourself and catch that momentum, when your reaction reflexes are that fast, you're able to say, ah, bro, I probably look dope when I failed, you know. There's ways of like falling when you're on a skateboard too, and when you're not scared to fall like that, it's like you're just constantly looking for those times where it's like all those pebbles are gonna come through, so you're like, okay, super awareness on that section, you know. But I gotta take another leak. I'll be right back. Sorry to mention it, but I just gotta, you know. We're sort of getting towards the end. You know, we're sort of trying to come up with some topics to soften up the talk and not to be so dirty and shit. Pero we're just waiting for the right timing, you know, the right plática. I mean, if you're interested in purchasing a sunflower, there's only like 14 of them. So if you want to like purchase one or be part of my collection, because I do have one in my room, feel free to send a message. I still have to purchase some shit to be making those deliveries. I don't think I'm gonna be selling all of them because I do want to hold some for the future. You know, if you missed out on certain seasons, perhaps hold some and just have them there where I keep them stocked. But I do have some good ideas on them, so. So you know, if you want to purchase one, I would say $20 will be a good price. You know, it was a good timing, good price. It's fabric. It has grommets to be hanged on your wall. It's nice paint. It will last you for a while if you have it inside. You know, man, it's like I'm adding more alegría, more vida to it. It's very special for me. The people who have one obviously feel almost the same way towards themselves, towards their family. It's special, man. What else can I say, man? What else? I'm trying to be as productive as I can and add more love to it, more attention to it, more heart to it, more of a collective style to it. And who knows, maybe I'll make like a tattoo of myself with that same logo, of that same sunflower, which I am planning, instead of getting like a face tattoo on my lip, or it's not like a, you know, get that sunflower tatted on me and and make that sunflower more special from this side of Arte Locura. Where it's like, oh, you appreciate sunflowers that much. Not just getting a tattoo, but painting 15 for like people who are willing to get one. And give like sunflowers different meanings from this side. Wearing a sunflower T-shirt. Obviously, I have some patches on my sweaters, and that's how much you gotta show people how much you love sunflowers and what to stand for. I don't even know, man, but it's a black and white sunflower, so what else can that be standing for? This could be so many meanings to a sunflower. It could be so many. Why is it not colored? You're always gonna get people who ask the wrong question. That's not the question you're looking for to answer. And you could always be like, oh, I didn't think about that question. Let me make up something, I guess. But you can always answer, oh, I wasn't ready for that question. That's a good question. Obviously, let me go over it once more. It's a digitalized black and white 2-picture Photoshop with my personal handwriting to it, with my logo, handmade, bro. What else? With grommets. There's only gonna be like 14 of them. So if you're lucky to get one, I'm really proud that you got one. I know that it's tough times during December. Maybe you got one because of that. Who knows? That's your story. You know what I'm saying? I'm adding the story to this movement of having a sunflower. And yeah, if you got one, I'm happy. I'm happy you got one. For sure, your money doesn't really much matter, but when it comes to Arte Locura, we sort of put it in a place. I don't really have to go on and describing where that money goes. But your money could go towards another batch of sunflowers, a batch of flowers, of roses, which I'm gonna be planning for Valentine's Day, and just make this like a domino of where you I see it as a sort of type of a donation, and I guess it keeps growing, and you see where like, oh, bro, did I purchase that fabric, that paint? You know what I'm saying? It's like a little bit, maybe you bought my water, maybe from each purchase was like 10 cents and 10 cents, and that made me buy a water. But there's so many ways of seeing shape, right? So if you're lucky enough to have a sunflower, I did not number them. I'm not gonna number them. They're all one and the same. They're all unique. They all have the same marks of pencils, right? They all have the same type of paint. It's the same fabric. The handwriting is the same. I was gonna go over where it's like the stem looks like it's crossing its legs on the bottom part. I love it. What else can I say, man? It's like, if you got one, let's get through this. Let's don't stop shining, man. What else can I say? It's like be the sun for this sunflower. Be that positivity, be that alegría for yourself. And 27, it's like 27. You notice, man. You notice everywhere, not just in your home, not just at work, not just when you're walking home, but people vibe off you. They're like they mentioned, they're like vampires, sorta. People are really contagious. But let me skip this ad. You're very contagious. You're a contagious person. Either you don't see yourself being contagious. That's contagious. That's contagious. That's being. If you see that in yourself, like, question yourself, how so? Let's say I'm thinking like that. I don't feel like I'm contagious. Let's say this whole art movement was not attached to me, and I had no talent, and I'm like, well, I don't feel like I'm contagious. And you're with that spirit. It could obviously make a different flow to it. If you're around someone who knows that they're uncontagious, it's like, that's contagious. That's like, your posture is contagious. There's so much things to learn, out there. It's like, some people might take it the wrong way. Some might take it as a consideration. Some might see it as an advice. Some might people see it as a talk. Some might people see it as a lecture. There's so many ways of seeing a recording. You know, there's so many ways of seeing things. But I'm trying my best not to feed that weird awkwardness of negativity. You know, because that's another sign of being confused. You know, I'm sometimes confused about shit out there, and you know, you never want to go in the wrong side. You know. But cheers. What else can I say? Contagious, as in, when you say you're not contagious, you're visually contagious to the people around you. You know, when they're around you, and you're being yourself, or you have to be something that you're not, and you make people laugh, and it's like that's contagious. You know, it's like you're passing this happiness through your silliness, and it's like, oh shit. You know, it's like, oh fuck, it's like I made that person laugh. And just because it doesn't have to be like instant. You know, you could be like reading a book in your couch, you know, and someone who's like on that good roll of seeing that in their lives, it's like, oh, do I picture myself reading a book? You will see it, and you'll think about that person reading a book next time. You know, you have that visual example of how reading could be easy, sort of. You know, it's like maybe you not might be reading a book, but it's like, you know what? Maybe one day you just randomly purchase a book. You know, it's like, fuck, man. Maybe I don't read books, but I bought one book, and that's the only book you remember. Oh, I remember the character. Oh, I remember this picture it painted in my brain. You know, and that's what books do. You know, it's like it's almost close as humans, but it's like it's nothing like one where it's gonna help you remind yourself what happened in this section of the book, or basic reading a book towards each other, all this shit, you know, all this goodies that it's attached when someone has the same book as you, or simply you know, that's contagious, sorta. You know, I don't even know what the fuck I was describing. Being contagious, you know, if you're happy, you're gonna want to be happy, sorta. You know, if you're sad, you're gonna give out that feeling of sadness, right? If you're happy and you're joyful, you never know what that's gonna make other person feel, you know. But the smarter ones would like to have the same joyful feeling too, you know. You're like this battery, sorta, you know. You're like this battery where, if you're like vivid, if you're like chilling, if you're like doing good things, painting, creating things for because you don't want to be like sat down and not doing shit like that, you're gonna want to be like, fuck it, get out of it, you know, and say, let's move on, let's do it, you know. And that would be a good move. That would be a good move where it's like, damn man, it's like I've been contaging my, you know, I've been contaminating my family with this ugly ass room, you know. There's like shit everywhere. It's a mess. It smells like fucking feet. You know what I'm saying? It smells like good shit, you know. But you know, it's like one day you're gonna realize like, damn, bro, it's like it's one of those things where you realize like, damn, I've been keeping the room clean for a while, and they're gonna see, and it's like, doesn't that want you to making sure other things are clean too? But let me skip this shit. And that's contagious. Those ad skips, man. It's like you're gonna have to look at a product that you don't want to buy, but it's up there in your mind without you wanting to be. But when you're strong enough through to your mind and to the shit that you're like, I'll make sure I'll stay away from that. You know, you're gonna be smart as fuck. You're gonna be fucking smart as hell, man. You're gonna be super mental smart, sorta. You know, if they have like an ad where it's like, yo, you know, it's like ads are gonna be commercials, bro. It's like they're all set up, you know. They're all not set up as in set up for your life, but in a way where it's like you accept that they're always gonna be around. You know, they're gonna be commercials that are just well edited, you know. Movie commercials that are well edited. I always tell myself these shit, you know. It's like, oh, they needed a good director, a good editor to make this want you to buy it. You know, they're just like well edited, well placed, well cameraed, all this good shit, and it's like, oh shit, I fell into that. You know, it just like help when you realize that it's like whatever you see in the commercial, you know, it's always you know, it's always edited by someone who's like just like you, editing filters, editing videos, editing audio. And like I said, sometimes, man, it's like if I want to edit an audio, I'll be happy to chop up some shit, you know. I'll be happy to do that. It does take some more time, but it's more honest and truthful from my part to just leave it flowing how it is, you know. And I think that's the way to go, you know, when it comes to my personal choice of the things that I talk about. You know, it might feel like we're getting somewhere like as serious, you know, we're taking this podcast serious. Tell me more about that, bro, you know. But it's like, you know, it just depends, you know. It just depends. I can't really say it's 100% serious, you know, because it just started like a mi arte, you know. It's just you just have so much creativity, so much energy in you that you just want to, I don't know, man, just do something, you know. You're not gonna go out leaving no marks, man. You want to be a flower, man. You want to seed out your shit. Well, not fucking everybody, but you want to be like leaving pétalos here and there, you know. You want to leave your leaves here and there, you know. And once you do that, you're gonna be like, oh man, you're not just lounging, you know. You're there to and to help me, help you, help yourself, help whatever you want to help. You know, it's like, it's not always about money, and money can help us, but it's like, I think the only thing you could be stingy with is like alegría. You know, I think that's the worst thing you could be stingy with. You know, when you're like happy and you keep it just for yourself, we're gonna see something wrong about it. You know, it's like, oh, what could that alegría do to my life? You know, there's, you know, and I'm stingy with my alegría when I'm at work. It's like, if you're happy, do your happiness, you know. But if they want to vibe off my vibe, and it's like, you don't know how to handle that vibe yet, you know, you're still stuck in your mentality, you're still stuck in egos and shit like that at my job, you know, when it comes to my coworker. And I'm like, it's like, you have no idea what I'm capable of, man. It's like, you have no idea how much potential we're on right now, and you just want to throw it away because we're on trying to make each other turn our backs towards each other, you know. And I'm like, I'd just rather hold in my words. Let me complain about lifting so much one day out of the week, out of the month, and let's see where this gets me. And I'll be right back to go over that one more time. And oh, that was a really good talk. But what I was saying, let me just go ahead and complain about lifting this box and see where that leads me. You know, it's like, when you know that it's like, oh, we're gonna go into this route of like, okay. And it could be, well, you know, Omar, you don't even do much. You know, it's like, what you mean, bitch? It's like, I do almost everything around here. You know, it's like, it's just like fucking weird. It's fucking weird. You know, it's fucking weird when it's like, okay, you could see me like that little kid. You know, I know that. You know, and it's like, well, you know, it's like, you're not gonna take nothing from these people. It's like, they're not like I did. Purchase like fucking frappes for everybody within the first month, 2 months, and then, like, you know, man, it's like, if it's optional to do that, man. It's out of your heart to do that, you know. And then I noticed at the end of the day, it's like, oh yeah, where's my check at? You know, it's like, it's things that they look at, and if it's worth it, you know. It's like, if it's worth letting him complain about it once and let him still work here, you know. But it's like, I don't want to get too attached to these people, you know. That's contagious, man. People who work there are contagious. They don't do shit outside working and going to school. I mean, I dig the part that where they're going to school and getting smart, but that's just a different kind of smart sometimes. I mean, I respect that. I respect them that they're sort of focused. They're not like creatively focused on shit. Sorta, you know. It's not easy to describe that to people. When you're an artist, and it takes patience, time, knowing, not believing, you thinking, nah, bro, you have to know for sure. It's like, let me take my check, let me check my hours. I'm not that stupid. They're not gonna pay me whatever I want them to be paying me. No, I'm gonna go over my hours. I'm gonna note them down, count them myself, because you don't wear glasses, and I've been trying to, things like that. Where it's like, I gotta look after my check, make sure things are smart, make the good choices, and it's like, I know they could like speed up shit without me. It's like, yeah, whatever. It's like, excuse me. But I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about nothing. I'm not like whining about things. But it's like times where it's like, I gotta be more honest. Like, que se pasan de verga. It's like they just want me to do the heavy shit. And it's disturbing to know that. What I'm saying? It's disturbing to realize shit like that, right? To really see it with the real eye, and be sober about realization and shit like that. Because a bad day at work can always like tumble your day down through your life. It could always like fucking bring that same vibe to the house. And on the practice of being sober, you could always like let it go on the people that you love, and you never want to do that. And it's like, there's times where I think about it. It's like, man, it's like I've been like weird. I've been acting weird coming home, just like quiet. Not traumatized by shit like that, by events at the place, but like because I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be like a dick. I know how much of a dick I am. It's like, I just don't want to be that person towards the people that I love the most. That's one of the reasons why it's like, oh shit, I just don't want to say anything. Bro, I've been acting weird. Bro, I've been, cause I know, I realize I don't want to say rude shit like, bad day at work, blah 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 blah. And then it's like just gonna throw off people who I live with. It's like, I just don't want to do that shit. And man, it's like, but I'm saying, that mile walk can always chill me down. I don't know why. It just chills you down. It's like, I might look like I'm drunk coming home with all this weight on me, and it's like, nah, bro. It's like, fuck though. I'm tired because that subidita on the underpass is going up, and it's like, I gotta get those thunder thighs going. Shoosh, shoosh, shoosh. And just it's always hard to have a focus like that, where you gotta walk it home, walk it there. I'm not complaining. I'm getting like 8 miles out of the week, so that's pretty good. Good blood flow. I could go a little bit more by getting up early and doing a jog when I'm like at home, just chilling, days off and stuff. But I take those days to make sure I'm clean, the area sanitized, and other shit. Worry about my salud and stuff. And I'll get down with what's more important. Share some love with people who like to follow that, who want to see the light through that, who want to see like, oh, bro, it's like, damn, I have a hard day too. I hear it from like the back of my ear. And I'm like, I know I'm not the only one who has like rough days like that, And it's weird to always be on alegría. And it is kind of weird, but when it's so natural and you know how to achieve that, and you're not embarrassed to walk it to work, and it's at a pizzeria, and you're just having the blast until you quit, until like you say, oh, I found a better job. You gotta be grateful. I'm grateful for a lot of things. Gracias, thank you. Hopefully soon we're gonna have some synthesizers recordings for the introduction. We're getting about that time to get to that story time. We're gonna hide her real name if she ended up saying it in the recordings. Yeah, it's a female. She's more than welcome to say whatever the fuck she wants. But if you're a kid, oh, excuse my language, if we're like proper adults who are trying to lack off on those bad words, excuse me. I gotta say excuse me. And this is a story time. This is story time from La Ladybug. I don't know why we call her that, or I started calling her that, but it's La Ladybug, and she's gonna go ahead and do her thing, and we're gonna go ahead and find an outro for it, and then I'm gonna say my goodbyes. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and this is the story time with La Ladybug.
Good morning and welcome to an episode of Leyendo con La Fodonga Ladybug. Today we're reading short, powerful poem, Seven Fish. It was written in the stars. It was written in the scars on her arm, in her palms where she wept, in her bed where she slept, or hardly slept at all. What a doll, with her skin made of plastic and tears made of acid. She could not hide the tragic damage of sadness that burned through her pores and straight to her core, where she learned to keep quiet and not cry anymore.
You know, that was amazing. You know, that's amazing. You know, it just tones it down differently. It ends it differently, and I don't know. I'm kind of like ambient downed. So if you guys enjoy that poem, short story, amazing. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Take care of yourself. Hopefully we get more recordings in the future. I'm not sure up to this day. It's not something that's legitimate happening. And I don't know, maybe it will become something someday. Quién sabe, you know? But that was mi arte, man. You know? Thank you. Thank you, Ladybug. Hopefully you're doing well. Or bad ideas to learn from. And hopefully you guys are having a good time. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Take care of each other. Hopefully we'll wait for some in the future. Stories and poems. Theories, whatever. Lo que caiga, you know. And we're gonna call it. That was mi arte. Maybe 31, 32, quién sabe. You know, that was arte locura type of style. Ragamuffin style, you know? You know, hopefully you guys have a blessed night, man. You guys take care.